Hey, fellow YouTubers! This is Thor's Revenge coming to you again from my garage. I just finished making a VR to Hamish McDowell's 100 sub contest giveaway. If you haven't checked him out already, go do that. Sub him. And tonight I am going to do a tobacco review of And So to Bed by Esoterica Tobacciana. And I'm smoking this And So to Bed in my Missouri Meerschaum with my forever stem, obviously. Now on tobaccoreviews.com, the tin description reads thus. Finest grade Virginia and Maryland type tobaccos are carefully aged and blended with Greek Oriental leaf and top grade Cyprian Latakia. The blend is then specially processed and additionally matured to produce a mellow, full-strength smoke with rich flavor and unique aroma. I don't know. It's very mild. I can't say it reminds me of anything except for the name. The name kind of it makes you think of Dunhill's Nightcap. And So to Bed, Nightcap, they're kind of in the same general direction. But I've smoked Dunhill's Nightcap and I rather like Dunhill's Nightcap. And this is completely different. I've also smoked Dunhill's Early Morning. And to me, this is in that direction towards the early morning type stuff. Dunhill's Nightcap is a very stout tobacco. And I like it. It's for me, for me, it's an all day smoke. It's what I smoke in the morning, middle of the day, and evening, or just all day long. It's the type of stuff I would smoke all day. And my tobacconist, Tom, down in Edwards, that's exactly what he does smoke. He smokes Nightcap all day long. For me, this should have been named something early morning or something morning-esque, because it's a very light smoke. And I'm a night owl. I don't do mornings ever. So by the time I get up, it's usually midday anyway, so I just start in with whatever I want to smoke for the day. There's no such thing as a morning smoke for me, unless I get up early and make waffles or some other type of breakfast baked good. Um, then I like to smoke something maple walnutty. I still have not come across a English tobacco with any kind of maple topping on it or maple casing. I think that would be nummy, 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 nummy. I'm a maple fiend. And I think if I could find an English tobacco that had the Latakia come through, but with a maple hint, I think I might find a perfect smoke for me. So on to the tin. It's very light smelling. It's a shag cut. And it's got a very fruity smell to it. Not citrusy though. It's not citrus. It's almost like a melon. Like a cantaloupe, maybe? Either way, I'm not a huge fan of this stuff. Um, the first bowl I loaded up of it and smoked um, turned my stomach completely upside down and tied it in knots. I don't know if that's just from the moisture or maybe I got a really strong hit of Lady N or something like that. I don't know. Since then, it hasn't turned my stomach any, but I'm still not a huge fan of it. It seems that there's a very high nic content in this stuff, because I've noticed while smoking it, I definitely need to have eaten something beforehand. Otherwise, I'll get the nic ups or something. It's it's got a lot of nicotine in it, which that in itself is a good thing. Um, at least in my perspective, nic content is not always. I never really care how much of it is in the tobacco I'm smoking. I care more about how the tobacco tastes, but it's kind of an added bonus if there's a good amount in it. But I'm just not a big fan of this stuff. I think it's because it's a little too sweet for me. The sweetness comes across throughout the entire bowl. And if you're a fan of a more sweet tobacco, go for it. I'd recommend it for that. And I'm gonna cellar this. I'm gonna put it in a jar and cellar it and see if I can't make it better in a couple months and see what happens to it. But as of right now, I'm just not really that into it. So that is my untobacco review of Esoterica, Tobaccianas, and So to Bed. And on a completely separate note, if you watched my last vid, you know I've set the challenge for myself to go through and try all of the Hall of Fame pipe tobaccos. And those I'm looking on tobaccoreviews.com are Edgewood Sliced, My Mixture 965 by Dunhill, Original Mixture by Sobrani, Presbyterian, Prince Albert, and Three Notes. Well, I looked and tried to get a hold of some Edgeworth because I was going to go numerically down the list. And apparently it doesn't exist anymore. From what I've heard and looked on the internet, it doesn't exist anymore. But I did manage to get my grubby little paws on a can of Presbyterian. And I've smoked a little bit of it, and I will continue smoking it so I can give you a full untobacco review of a Hall of Famer. That's it for tonight, boys and girls. And as always, keep them lit. One last thing while I'm thinking about it. Um, if I don't know if any of you have noticed, but it doesn't seem that any of the video responses to my contest are actually showing up under the video comments. Now, don't worry to you contestants who have made VRs for the contest. I'm still getting the emails with your videos, and I am watching them. So don't worry about that. Your videos are still counting. If I get an email that says somebody posted a video response to the contest, it counts. Even if it's not showing up in the comments box, in the bucket, whatever, as long as I get the email, it counts. So don't worry there. I've been getting lots of video responses lately. Just got one from Angela's brand new bag. I highly recommend you guys go check that one out. Um, Kudos to her. I have to say, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Nope. And if you want to find out what that is, go watch her vid. I wouldn't do it at all. And once again, always keep them lit.